Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh my goodness, it has been quite a long time. I don't even remember the last time that I filmed an intro after having my makeup already done. This used to be the only way I ever filmed an intro, but then I kind of started switching it up and just doing makeup after doing an intro, you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, okay, so back on track. Today I'm so excited. I wanted to do my intro like this with my makeup already on because I love the way this makeup look turned out. I'm so happy with it. And so I'm sure, as you guys can tell from the title and the thumbnail, but this is my first impressions slash tutorial demo of the Queen palette, the Fumi x Juvias Place palette. It is beautiful. I have every single shade on my face today. I am so thrilled with the way this look turned out. Let me just tell you a little story real quick. If you guys have been watching my monthly makeup baskets, I mentioned, I don't know, like 2 months ago, what is my hair doing? What is my hair doing? I mentioned like 2 or so months ago that I was going to be receiving the Juvias Place foundation in PR. So I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but I never ended up getting the foundation. I think that was kind of during the time where there was some kind of drama going on with Juvias Place, so I don't know if they just like stopped the PR for that foundation or what was going on. I don't know, but I know that I was supposed to receive it and I didn't, and then I didn't really think anything of it. I kind of forgot about it until randomly I got an email one day saying that my PR package for the Fumi x Juvias Place package was being shipped out, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that at all, but when I saw that, I was really excited, and I just figured that I was probably getting it because, you know, I'm assuming now I'm being put on PR. I don't know, because of the foundation thing. I don't know. Weird long story, but either way, I'm just very excited. I did receive this for free in PR, and I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's kind of just a very simple palette. There's just 6 colors, 4 of them are matte, and you have 2 highlighter shades. This is a palette that can be used for the face and the eyes, which is why I decided to do such a kind of dramatic, beautiful look with it. I wanted to use it on my face and eyes and just do all the things with it. This is first impressions, but I will say I really like this palette. It is stunning. The highlighter shades especially are beautiful. Oh my gosh, everything is very pigmented. The only one shade that I had a little bit of issue with is this one, Adrian, the purple shade. As you can see, it's still very vibrant. It's what I got on my lower lash line here. It's so pretty, but I did have a little bit of trouble with it, but I'm not super like mad about that, if you will, because, and I talk about this in my demo, but anyways, purples are notorious for being very difficult to make, very difficult in general to use, and so I think overall it's not a bad purple. It performed pretty well. It built up really well, but that was the only one. I like, you know what I'm saying, I just had to like say one like downside of it. That would be my one thing. It's only $15. The pans are huge. The colors are gorgeous and vibrant. So first impressions of this, I'm loving this palette. I think it's stunning. It probably is not for everybody. The colors are a little bit Valentine's maybe, but I think it's beautiful. So if these are colors that you're interested in, I would recommend it. It's only $15. I think that's an amazing deal. Now, let me just say real quick, this is a collab with Fumi, who before receiving this, I didn't know who that was, but when I got the email, I was instantly curious. So I wanted to do a little bit of research. And so then that's when I went and found Fumi on YouTube. She's amazing. She's such a vibrant character. So this palette kind of really makes sense. Even though I'm new to her channel, I can just really understand how this palette makes sense to her. She seems so just happy, and when I watched her I couldn't help but smile. I watched several of her videos, kind of binge watched some of her videos when I found her. I watched her videos that she did with you know, using this palette and kind of introducing this palette and things like that, and she's just so much fun. So I am actually really excited to have gotten this in PR and learn about her. And if you have not seen her channel or heard of her either, kind of like I was, I will link her in the description box. Definitely check her out. She just seems so wonderful, so happy, and so bubbly, and so I was really excited to find her channel and things like that. So anyways, I think that's all I'm going to say for my introduction. I was really excited to get into the tutorial of this look because I love it and I hope you guys do too. So yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, I am so excited to get started playing with the Queen palette from Juvias Place. And so as you can see, I do have pretty much most of my face on. I don't have any blush or highlight on because I want to use this palette. So I'm going to do my eyes first, and then I want to try a new blush technique called blush draping. It's something that I've seen Lauren of Lauren Made Beauty wear a lot, except for I didn't know it actually had a technical term. I just saw she did this thing with her blush and I always thought it was so pretty, but she recently made a video all about blush draping and how to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I was so excited that she had posted that video because I was literally thinking of doing something like that with this palette before I saw her video. I had her in mind, of course, but I was just gonna attempt it myself, and then she had posted that video and I was like, oh my gosh, how perfect timing. So using her video, and I'm gonna link her video. She's a pretty well-known YouTuber, so I mean you might already know her, follow her, but if not, check her out. I'm gonna link that video. So anyways, I'm gonna be trying that blush draping technique with this palette today too. So anyways, with that, let's go ahead and get into the look. I'm gonna go ahead and start by priming my eyes first with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. Alright, so I'm going to start off first with this very tiny blending brush. This is one of Stilazzi's mini crease fluff brushes. I actually have 3 of these I'm going to be using in today's video. So, and then I'm going to go into the shade Ula. It looks like Olay or whatever, but I watched Fumi's video that she did. She did a couple different videos using this palette, and she pronounced it Ula.
Ula? Oh.
Ula, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. Anyways, I'm gonna take that and very slowly start putting it on the outer corners of my eyes and blending it forward into my crease area. I'm not trying to bring this up too much in my transition area. Really want to kind of keep it a little bit low in my transition area and outer crease. I might need to put down some powder, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna go ahead and start without powder for now. So as you're gonna see, I'm just gonna kind of be stamping that shade down and slowly blending it in like little small circular motions, and then just kind of sweeping it forward. So as you can see right here, see, this is where my crease is. If I put the brush here, that's my crease, and I want to keep it there. And this I will end up smoking out just a little bit, but I kind of want to just keep the focus of this color down pretty low. Oof, very pretty. I'm just going to kind of keep bringing it all the way forward to the whole shape of my eye here. Red, I think, will forever be one of my very favorite eyeshadow colors. I just love the contrast of red against green. It makes my eyes look more green. Now, I have hazel eyes. They're not actually green eyes. I wish they were green eyes, but they are more hazel. They lean a little bit green, but when I wear certain color eyeshadows, they look even more green. So, and red's one of those kind of colors, so that's why I love red. Okay, I'm so far not needing any powder, so no fallout issues, but I am being pretty careful. Also, just to note, I'm not even really getting any kick up. So they're pretty hard pressed shadows, but they're not too dry. You know, sometimes hard pressed shadows are just can be so dry and you feel like, where's the pigment? But like, not getting too much kickback, but still getting quite a bit of pigment, so that's a good sign. Not that I'm someone who's against a lot of kick up or a lot of fallout or anything like that. It doesn't bother me as long as the shadows perform, but that's still something to know. I know that's something that matters to some people. It's so funny, the shade Ula. I keep trying to, I think it's the Mexican in me that wants to say ole, you know, but Ula. I'm trying to remember that. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with another fluffy blending brush. This one is from Beauty Junkies. It's their Pro Tapered Blending, and go into the shade Sister Sister, and that's what I'm gonna use to blend this shade out a little bit, and just kind of soften it up, smoke it out a little bit. It is a pretty soft looking shade, but it does pack a good amount of pigment, especially when you build it up. Not that it has to be super built up, but you can build it up to looking pretty pigmented. I played around with this palette already, beforehand, just kind of seeing what kind of look I wanted to create and just playing around with it a little bit, getting used to it. And yeah, this is a really, really pretty shade. I mean, it's interesting because in the pan it just looks like a very neutral, matte, like basic shade, but it's a really, I find like a very like versatile type kind of a shade. It's really pretty. That's what I'm actually going to be using for my blush today. So see, as you can see, that kind of just softens it up, raises it up a little bit, but very, very softly, so it's not like bam, you know, bright too high. I just want it nice and soft. I will go back in later to add a little bit more of Oola. I just like saying Oola. Just to deepen it up a little bit, but I just want to soften it up just a touch for right now. Love it. All right, so next up I'm going to be doing a cut crease, like an actual official cut crease kind of a look. For that I'm going to be using the Anastasia eye primer. Now you don't have to use this eye primer, you can use a concealer or whatever else you like to use to cut your crease, but I have this, spent the money on it, I'm going to use it. I've said in every video so far that I've used this, I don't really care for this primer that much, but like I said, I'm going to use it. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm basically just going to take a little bit on this very, very flat, thin, rounded brush, place a little bit down on my eye, look up so I can kind of see where it transfers to, and then spread it around towards the inner third of my eyelid. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk while I'm doing this, so I'm probably just going to speed right on through it. Alright, now with that same brush, I just wiped it off on this little towel I have. I'm going to go into the highlighter kind of shade, FDV approved. I always have to really sound that out because I always want to say FDA approved. It's just one of those things. Anyways, I'm going to take this shade and place it right over top where I laid down that ABH primer. I must look like I'm blind, I'm sure, because I always have the like mirror so close to my face and my eyeballs when I'm doing my makeup looks, but it's just because I want to be like really precise. I actually have pretty decent eyesight. I do have glasses that I'm supposed to wear, that I wear occasionally for like when I do a lot of computer work, because my eyes do tend to get like tired very often from all the screen time basically that I deal with. And so I wear those to kind of help my eyes, but there was a time where I was certain that like I was like kind of not like losing my eyesight, but that my eyesight wasn't good, that I had bad eyesight. I was really worried, and I've gone to the eye doctor a couple different times just to get my eyes checked and make sure they're doing good, and every time they're like, oh yeah, your eyesight's fine, like it's good. And I'm like, really? I was like, because I feel like I'm seeing worse and worse like as I'm getting older, like especially from a distance, like far away, things not quite blurry, but I can't see them as like well as like I used to be able to. Anyway, so with this shade I did get a little bit of fallout, but I mean nothing crazy, and I'm like not upset about it. I'd rather get fallout from like a highlighty shade than like get like a matte red all over my face, you know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna kind of sweep that away a little bit. It wasn't even like super dusty fallout, but just because I was kind of picking up quite a bit with that flat brush. So here's what we got going on so far. So now, like I said, I am going to go back in with the red shade, but first we're going to add a little pop of pretty pink. So I'm going to go into the shade 7, and with this I'm going to be using another of the Stilazi mini brushes, and I'm going to take that and kind of just bump it up right next to this highlight shade, FDV approved, just like this. I'm going to stamp it kind of down a little bit just to make sure I get a good amount of the pigment there too. Gosh, it's so vibrant and pretty. So I'm going to stamp it back here, but then also kind of sweep it forward so that it has a nice beautiful blend and gradient with FDV approved. So just really want to like soften it up so it's not like as vibrant once I kind of blend it out a little bit, but you can still see how it kind of like makes a gradient. I always mess up that word, but kind of makes a gradient into from that bright highlight shade to the pink, and then it'll go into the red. Oh, I love this. I love the way this looks. Oh. Okay, I'm like seriously in love with the way this looks so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into Oola the red shade, back with that same small brush, and that's where I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna kind of get it onto the outer corner, sweep it a little bit more above here. Well, you guys will see me do it. And then I'm also gonna bring it down a little bit to my lower lash line, so we'll have like a nice seamless blend, hopefully seamless, between the red and then the purple that I'm going to put down here. So a little sneak peek there for you. I'm going to put purple down there. I want to use all the shades in this palette for today's look. Nice, beautiful gradient. So now I'm just going to gently just sweep it up here. Seriously, I'm obsessed with this look. Now, I want to be very gentle. I'm just going to start slow and just blend it down here. Just very, very slowly. I honestly feel like this should be like your classic cliche Valentine's Day look almost. It actually would be a perfect Valentine's Day look. I want to blend a little bit more, but I'm not going to quite worry about it yet because I'm going to be adding more colors there later, so we'll worry about that when we get to it. Alright, next I'm going to go finally into the purple shade, taking my third little Stilazzi brush. The purple shade is called Adrian, and I just think of Adrian. How many Rocky fans we have out there? I actually really like Rocky. Rocky, I'm sure it's everybody's favorite, but Rocky, pretty sure it's Rocky 5, the one where he fights the Russian. It's been so long since I've watched it. That one is my favorite one. It's just the best one.
If he dies, he dies.
Clearly I can't do impressions, but you know. Anyways, I didn't even say, sorry. I'm taking Adrian and putting it right here, kind of like I just said I would. Blending that onto my lower lash line. Now in playing with this one, I have noticed, like, I feel like it's a little bit dry, not as pigmented, takes a little bit of building up. I'm not like super disappointed in that though, because purples I've just found are just so difficult. You always hear people say purples are difficult to make in eyeshadows and stuff like that, and it's so true. Like, so many purples, they can be hit or miss because they just are difficult in general, I'm sure, to make. So because of this, I am getting a little bit of fallout, which I want to kind of take care of right now so I don't get purple crazy all over my face. Just very lightly blend it away. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty on camera, but up close I'm seeing where it's a little bit dry and like not sticking super well to my skin. What I did actually when I used this before was just take a little bit more primer. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger just to kind of dab it there, because I just feel like this shade just needs a little bit to stick to, a little bit something to stick to. So I'm just going to, because I just want it to show up a little bit more. It's just, I feel like I'm seeing too much of my own skin show through. Okay, that's better. There we go. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, and it's looking a little bit chunky right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. Well, I want to put Sister, that's what I'm, Sister to Sister, that's gonna be my blush draping, so I think I'm gonna use that, but I think first I'm gonna use this. This is my Smith 232 brush. I'm gonna go back into the shade 7, which is that bright pink shade, and just kind of blend that out a little bit first. Oh, that's really pigmented. And I'm not worried about it being too smoky because, like I said, I'm going to do that blush draping technique, so I'm going to be bringing that blush down anyways. Okay, seriously, is this not one of the prettiest looks you've ever seen? Okay, not like trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just like, these colors, ugh, and the way they just blend together so beautifully. I love the way this looks. Yes, it's a little bit messy. It's fine. We're gonna fix this. So I have two brushes that I'm going to be using. Whoop. What the? Lucy's sitting on the ground next to me and she's like, huh? She was like sleeping by the door. And if you haven't met Lucy, she is our new dog. She is a Shih Tzu Poodle mix. She's absolutely adorable. I've been sharing a lot of her on my Instagram stories, but I also introduced her in my like testing out new makeup with the Glam Light Burger palette. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that video in the eye. Definitely go check it out, but you can meet Lucy. She's just the sweetest little thing. Anyways, okay, so I have these brushes, which normally I don't absolutely love like synthetic brushes for face products, but I'm glad I kept these. These are from Luxie. Any brush you guys have will do, but I just figured these ones seemed like they would work the best. They also seem the most similar to the ones that Lauren used in her little blush draping demo. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start out with this angled one. It's the Luxie 504, the large angled. And I'm going to be going into sister to sister. And kind of just like stamping it in there like this. And just kind of start kind of stamping it down. I definitely encourage you guys to watch Lauren's video because she probably does this better than me, but I'm going to try to attempt kind of similar to what she had said, just to like kind of blend down here and then make this little like crescent moon kind of a shape. You kind of like do bring it under your eye, but also like down and then back up, and I just thought it looked so pretty, so I am going to like do this little crescent type of shape. And like I said, I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between like stamping and blending this on and just grabbing some products. So we're building it up like a little bit at a time. And then just like, I'm going to kind of look back to see, I'm looking in the viewfinder, kind of looking that, using that as my mirror to see, and then this little mirror here to kind of, oh, I love this. I really do love this. I think it's so cool. It's such a pretty look that I just feel like looks very doll-like, almost very youthful, very fun. And kind of just build it up how you feel like you want it or need it. So here's what we got so far with both sides done. I know it might look a little bit crazy. I mean, I'm digging it. I'm actually like, I brought it way kind of up here. I do want to take a little bit more of the shade 7 with this kind of bigger blending brush that I was using earlier and just help define the lower lash line a little bit more, because that's something Lauren suggested. And she had even said like, she doesn't really usually use purpley kind of colors just because it can tend to look a little bit bruised. And I think she meant more for like the blush draping, but since I do have that purple down, I definitely want to add a little bit of separation. So I'm just going to blend more so on the outer portion this way and just kind of blend down a little bit and back. She mentioned adding some, make sure you have some separation. There. Alright, I'm going to go in with this fluffier brush. This is the Luxie 522. It's their tapered highlighter, just to kind of diffuse and blend a little bit. Oh my gosh. This is pretty. It's very intense. This is not going to be for everybody. I really just want to try something fun because this is a face and an eye palette, so I really wanted to kind of incorporate it both ways and not just do the typical thing. Okay, so with this same brush, I'm going to go into the very, very last shade that I have not used yet in this palette. Do you guys think I forgot? And that is the shade Glam, which is another highlight shade, and it does look very, very deep, but I think it'll work if I go in very, very lightly with this. I'm not even sure if the pigmentation of it will really show up that much, but I think that's fine, like just enough to add a little bit of a sheen, and I'll have to use that again another time in another video. I just want to be sure to like incorporate it today. Okay, and up close, oh my gosh, ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my god, the color up close is so pretty, and I'm pretty sure it's because of that highlight. So hopefully you guys can see how the sheen it adds. I have a little bit of sheen over here, but this, like, it's adding a little bit of depth to the look, to the blush, and like a really gorgeous sheen. I feel like it's pretty subtle to notice like the actual color, but still, I wanted to use it, so hopefully, you know, you guys could kind of see it in action. I'll put a little bit on my lips, or a little bit above my lips. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, it definitely did add a little touch of color to this. I can definitely tell it's a little bit more red. As you can see it on my lips, adds like a little bit of a, ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Just like a touch down the bridge of my nose. I like this. I like it a lot. So here's how everything's looking so far. I am in love with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys like it too. So anyway, since we are pretty much already going all in, I think I'm gonna also go ahead and add some glitter to this look. Now, if you are new here, hi, my name is Maria. I like glitter and I talk a lot. So most of my looks, I always end up adding glitter. I just love it. I can't seem to get enough of it. I really love how this has such a sharp looking cut. I think it looks really, really pretty, but I really think that this will add a little something extra to it. This is the NBA Cosmetics Bling It On Liquid Glitter in the shade Smooch, which as you can see is a red glitter, but it also has a little bit of some like purpley pink glitters in it. So I just think it's going to just really look great with this look. And what I'm going to do is do kind of like a glitter cut crease. So I'm just going to line this right along where I have down FDV approved for, you know, that faux glitter cut crease kind of a look. Now what I love about the NBA Cosmetics Bling It On Liquid Glitters is that it comes in this convenient squeezy tube. It's the glitter with the adhesive already mixed together. It's very, very convenient. You can use it however you want, with a finger, with a bigger brush, with a paddle brush, whatever. What I'm going to do is use it with a liner brush. Now the brush I'm going to be using is like a bent liner brush from Morphe. It's the M217. Alright, so I'm just going to squeeze some out on the tip, take some on this bent liner brush, and just start lining my cut crease. I probably will not be able to talk while I'm doing this, so I'm just gonna probably speed right through it. So here is what it's looking like. I think that was really, really pretty. I think I want to do this purple liner. I'm not quite sure. I might do black liner. I'm not quite sure, but I think I want to try purple first. This is the Aqua XL Makeup Forever eye pencil in the shade I-90. I means that it's iridescent, so I'm not sure if it's going to really work that well, but I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah, I think that gives it a decent amount of like definition. Ooh, yeah, see, you can kind of see the difference. Yeah, this will work. Alright, and that's pretty much going to do it for the look with this palette. I am going to go ahead and put on some lashes. I'm going to be using my very favorite, the Pure Cosmetics Bombshell lashes, and then after I apply those, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how everything's looking up close, and then we will wrap up this video. Alright, so here is how everything is looking now that the lashes are on. I really like this look even without the lashes, but the lashes also just add a little bit more drama that I felt like I really wanted to pull this look together. But oh my gosh, I am obsessed, and I'm really like, I think I've become a little bit obsessed with blush draping. I might make this something I do a little bit more often. I'd love to know what you guys think of the blush draping. I'm really excited that I tried something new, and that because of this palette I tried something new. That was really the inspiration, of course, aside from Lauren May Beauty. But when I got this palette, like I already said, because it's a face palette as well as an eye palette, I was like, I want to do something fun with this on my face. And so if it weren't for this palette, I probably would not have tried this, I don't think. So I'm really glad that I did. I think it turned out so, so beautiful. But anyways, like I said, I really would love to know what you guys think of this look, what you guys think of that blush draping technique, and just what do you guys think of this palette? Did you buy it? Do you plan on buying it? Do you think you're gonna pass on it? Share all the things in the comment section so we can chat later on. And if you did like this look, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Do me a huge favor and share my video. Share it on Twitter, Facebook. I would love that. That would really help me out. But anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so, so much for watching. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!